the next 4 to 6 weeks after undergoing an arthroscopic procedure on his right knee for a partially torn meniscus. Anthony being projected as a potential top 5 pick in next summer's NBA draft. So, Jay Will, should Cole Anthony ever play another college basketball game again, and why?
If you're looking at this as strictly business, I would suggest not to. If you're an agent, you're going to suggest that to him. The fact that this team is plus 69 when he's on the court, and they're also minus 47 when he's off the court. They lost to Wofford without him. Now, here's the thing. We said the same thing with Zion last year, but Zion came back to R.J. Barrett. Zion came back to Cam Reddish, Trey Jones. The question is, who is Cole Anthony coming back to? And if he doesn't play, because he needs to be a volume shooter and do so much for this team, could his stock potentially go down, or could he get hurt again? It's a major question.
Cole Anthony, when you get healthy, come back to play basketball for North Carolina. You need the experience. You have pro potential, top 5 ability. The opportunity to play big-time collegiate basketball under one of the better coaches to ever do it on the sideline is a learning experience. And he has a chance during the NCAA tournament to up his value. I would say healthy play. Unlike football, where it's car crashes happening on every single play.
To me, he should take as much time as he needs, though. If he is going to come back, he should take as much time as he needs. I want to get to Zion because we need to talk about him. We just talked about that a little bit in that highlight there. What's the level of concern, Jalen, for Zion right now?
I have a high level of concern. Anytime you're 19 years old, you get paid to play basketball in the NBA, and you're not able to perform due to injury. You're not able to play in summer league. You get injured at Duke, and you're injured in high school. He's the 3rd heaviest player in the NBA, right, Jay Williams?
Yes, he is.
And the 2 guys that weigh more than him, Taco Fall and Boban, they've never been considered athletic. They've never been considered fast. And so for Zion to not be able to play basketball so early in his career does concern me a lot.
There is a level of concern. Look, it's the body type. He's knock-kneed. So for somebody who carries that weight being knock-kneed, think about this from a risk mitigation. Like, your insurance is going to be higher if you're skydiving all the time as opposed to if you're walking out your front yard going to the mailbox, right? He's always skydiving because he's trying to bang over the top of the trees because his skill set isn't applicable to him making mid-range jump shots. So I think, look, him extenuating his skill set, shooting the ball is going to be critical for him, and also not always testing against the trees. That's how he plays.
Look, this isn't the same type of load management that we see elsewhere because Zion does have injuries that he's dealing with. How do you think the Pelicans manage him, though, when he does return?
He's on a minutes count. I mean, you let him play, but you let him work his way into that. This is a long-term investment with Zion. You're not trying to rush back for the season when the Pelicans are last in the West.
And it's always sad to me to believe that a guy this young, so very talented, I can't wait to watch him play basketball, will probably never play 82 games in his career.
Yeah.
Or on back-to-backs. Like, I wouldn't play him on back-to-backs for the first couple of years. Just let his body heal. Like, once again, if you're thinking about him as a franchise player, you're not trying to force this action.
Does his body heal, though? Is it ever going to get to the point where we feel like, I mean, to what you just said, that he could play 82 games?
Oh, I mean, I hope so. I mean, I'm no doctor. I can't look in the crystal ball. I hope so. But once again, the style in which he plays puts him at risk to continue to get hurt.
And just think about it like this. He's box office. That's what we anticipated coming into the season. Now, as I look at how the Pelicans are struggling, Jay Williams and Greeny both owe me some nice suits because I bet
with them on the floor, they would have been a playoff team. They would have been close.
How about this? Zion probably won't play 10 games this season.
Yeah.
And that's really disturbing. That's really unfortunate.
Greeny's going to work on getting those suits for you. We'll see how that goes.
Greeny, you got me.
He's ready
Greeny,
over there.
Me, Greeny. You got me. It's your show, Greeny. You got me, okay?
Listen, today on SportsCenter at 6 Eastern after PTI, Stephen A's take on Joel Embiid as the 76ers host the Heat, plus the NFL's biggest surprises this.
It's time for Ryan Clark to explain his tweet.
Get in the gym, bro. Well, I just got buffalo chicken dip. Baker.
Bruh. Lord. As everyone laughs at the way I read your tweet. I can't even do it with a straight face. It's everybody's favorite time of the week. If you don't follow Ryan Clark on Twitter, you're missing a lot. And so we try and bring you a few of his most interesting tweets, and he will explain what he meant by them. Here comes the first. He tweeted, "Just gonna say it. This is the most Saints way to both break and lose a record. You already knew the Zebras weren't going to let it be that easy, and for it to be a pass interference call is even more ironic. Alanis Morissette needs to re-release that joint with a Soulja Slim sample."
Yeah. Yeah, Alanis Morissette and Soulja Slim be like, slow motion with it, slow motion with it. Because that's what they needed to do. You gotta replay this. The Zebras know the one thing you couldn't do is take away Breezes' record with a pass interference. These people so tired of y'all. They are so tired of you doing it every single time to the Saints. And when you do it to their quarterback, Jesus, to their Messiah, you are so lucky that the coach stunk it up the rest of the night and he actually broke this record. This is the most Saints way to do it. And Alanis Morissette, she was a star then. But if she sampled Soulja Slim, New Orleans would love her forever. And you almost got it for us.
Next tweet from RC. Man, the Bills went duck hunting and they were playing like a young RC. See, I wasn't very good and loved to win. So I just stood close to the TV and those ducks stood no chance. Kind of like Duck Hodges tonight. A sitting one, the lame one, a bad one. Sad day for Yins.
Well, listen, all the Yinzers in the world know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all had a Nintendo. See, I didn't have a Nintendo, so I used to go sleep at Fish and Kenny Mayne house, and I would play duck hunt at their house. And what I would do is walk right up to the TV and get real close and shoot that thing so I didn't miss. And that's exactly what the Buffalo Bills were doing. Duck wasn't running. They weren't standing back and aiming. He was just throwing the ball. And it was like, Oprah, you get an interception. You get an interception. You get an interception. There was interceptions for everybody. And it was a happy, happy day. And for the Pittsburgh Steelers, you better hope that this changed. Because if it doesn't, every team's going to be a young RC. He wasn't supposed to kill y'all. But y'all can't go back to the other guy because he did kill y'all. It is duck hunting season.
Next one. Of all the Dedu pooest final plays.
Dedu slower.
Of all the Dedu pooest
There we go.
final plays. The Bears had a chance to get into the end zone, and Jesper Horsted has clearly never run the option. Had two pitchmen and didn't read the field. He held onto the ball like self-esteem after getting your marriage proposal denied.
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine? You know how it is. You go to the game, you're like, I'm going to set it up. I'm going to propose to my girlfriend. We've been together for 4 years. I've met her parents. You get on your knees and you hold out the ring like this, and she dumps you in front of all those people. You're walking away and you're holding your self-esteem close to your chest. And that's exactly what Jesper Horsted did. Not only did he have Robinson there to pitch it, he actually had a lead blocker. And see, this is the problem. Had he played option quarterback in high school or even little league quarterback, he would have been prepared for this moment. But no, he started out as an offensive tackle and then he moved to tight end when he got too skinny. But had he ever had the opportunity to be Tony Rice or one of these guys that played for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish back in the day, he would have knew you got to pitch it. And if you pitch it, you get a touchdown.
I 100% agree with that one. All right, here's the next one. I tweet this every week, and it seems quarterbacks refuse to watch. Explain your tweets. Greeny, tell these folks Gilly wants all the smoke and is open to fire. He was wearing dude like a dope gold suit with a navy mock turtleneck. Dang near looked like Dalton threw him a back shoulder.
What was he wearing it like, Greeny? Can you explain what he was wearing it like?
He was wearing dude like a dope gold suit with a navy mock turtleneck.
Was he?
Oh, yes.
Oh.